Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. How you doing today? Today is the 1st of September. Who would have thunk it? Already the 9th month of the year. Man, holidays will be on top of us before you know it, as fast as everything's going. Anyway, let's stay on task here, which is what? The podcast. As you know, we go live each and every day, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page. You can find us, if you are not familiar with us, by simply using our hashtag the MLM Solution, hashtag the MLM Solution. Also, you can go to our website and you can find us there. There's a link to our live podcast as well. Our website is themlmsolution.net, themlmsolution.net. Today's topic is going to be a good one, number 245, the cult mentality of network marketing and how to avoid it. Unfortunately, this has been a part of the network marketing industry, and it's a sad part, and we're going to talk about how you can avoid it, because you can get wrapped up in it before you know it and almost take on a cult-like personality. We don't want that to happen to you. We're going to tell you the telltale signs of that mentality, and we're going to tell you how to avoid those, that mentality altogether, all right? So with that being said, we're going to, once again, go live at 11 a.m. when I'm going to get off of here, and we'll get the show started here very shortly.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your hosts, Rob Cootie and Marie Cannon.
Hump day.
Woo!
The 1st of September.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the 1st of September.
Yes.
You know, I worked with a guy and he had this theory that on the first day of the month, the first thing you should say is rabbit, 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 and you'd have good luck for the entire month.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's true, because obviously the first thing I didn't say on this show was rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. So it's already too late for me. But if anybody's listening to this and it's September 1st and you haven't said anything yet, try rabbit, rabbit, rabbit and see if it works for you.
Well, there you go. A little insight into life. How's that?
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was. It's not exactly.
I did not expect that.
Really wisdom. It might be a touch of superstition. I don't know.
Yes. Well, that's not the response I expected, but from you. But I totally get it.
Well, there you go. Something new. I like to keep you on your toes.
That you do. All right. I keep hearing something, so you have to bear with me as I keep turning around, looking at what I'm hearing. All right. So with that being said, today we're going to have a great episode. This is something that a lot of people are probably already familiar with, and that is, you know what, the cult mentality. Because Miss Marie, a lot of people love juicy gossip. You know, if it's negative and it's gossip, then that word spreads fast. And one of the things that has always troubled or plagued or tarnished the reputation of the industry is exactly what we're going to be talking about today, and that is the cult mentality. I'm sure that I know I have witnessed it, and it kind of scared me and made me a little leery. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, man, you don't want to admit that. You know, people don't want to hear that. You know, that's bad for the industry. You know what? Life is full of bad things. And talking about the truth is never bad.
Accurate. And that's one thing we do here is we try to speak to the reality of what it's like working in this industry. That's why we always say we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Because there are aspects of all of those to anything you get involved in, whether it's a business, a sport, a hobby, dealing with family even. There's always good, bad, and ugly aspects to it. And we don't necessarily want to avoid any of it because we want people to have the full picture so they know exactly what they're dealing with to help them be as successful as they can possibly be leveraging the network marketing industry.
Yeah. And I apologize for you guys for bouncing around here on the I keep hearing a dog whining and I'm trying to figure out where they are. And I'm like, okay, this is not a good thing. So bear with me. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit hoarse and I'm not really sure what's going on there. So you have to bear with me as I struggle through this hoarseness. Right?
Dogs whining, horses. What's going on over there?
I know it, Sam. I know. Hey, we're in Kentucky. But you can hear it in my voice, can you not?
Not that much. I don't think you sound too bad.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm too big to hear that. All right. So with that being said, I don't want to keep you guys on here longer than necessary. We need to get to the subject matter at hand, and that is the cult mentality. Let me just give you a couple examples of what we're talking about. If you obsess about this business model and you think about it 24/7, you've got the cult first attitude and mentality. Okay. If you are putting this business model above all things in your life, you have a cult mentality. If you hang on every word that Rob and Marie utter, you are close to having a cult mentality.
And God help you.
Okay. Is it about Rob and Marie? No, it is not. What it is, it's more of a mindset and a willingness to submit yourself to those that you deem have a higher level. Okay. And that can be very dangerous, especially when you're in pursuit of something. Marie, the recipe for disaster in a situation like this is that, for instance, and this is just a for instance, you say to yourself, Rob and Marie have the keys to the kingdom. They have the knowledge and experience that I need in order to get to the level of success that I want. So I'm going to hang on their every word. I'm going to watch every video, listen to every podcast, and on and on and on you go. And you can't hardly sleep because you're thinking, I got to get this thing done. I got to do it now. And and you're just constantly on edge. Guys, regardless of whether that's about cars, about travel, about a business, about a person, when you're obsessing about something, you are putting yourself in a position to where you almost have a cult-like mentality, which could be very dangerous for your well-being in so many different ways, mentally, physically, etc. A lot of times, Miss Marie, people obsess over the success that they can have in this business model because they deem it so, they've been told how easy it is to do it in this business model that they obsess about it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of leaders that will fuel that obsession to the point where people, they get around family during the holidays and all they talk about is the business. I got to get back home. I got to do this. I got to do that, and not carrying on a conversation with anybody, not participating mentally with the holiday season and others around them. They are obsessed with the business model. And oh my gosh, I'm wasting time. I'm here in the holidays with family and I can be building my business towards the success I want. Would you not agree with that whole scenario there?
Well, to a certain extent, absolutely. I think let me tell you one story that came to mind when we came up with this topic. Okay. And I won't say the name of the company, but it was at one of their big events. So we're talking hundreds of people at this live event. They brought in a special speaker that they touted as being this great person. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember who it is. And it's partially because I was personally really disappointed by what they talked about. They got up on the stage and they basically talked about, believing in yourself and the power of belief and all that type of thing. And And to me, I'm more of a left-brained, logical kind of critical thinker. And I'm like, yeah, I can believe I'm the most successful person in this business, but the reality of it is that I'm not, right? There are so many people that are more successful, know how to do this better than I am. I'm looking for the concrete tools to allow me to be successful, right? So he's just pounding this belief thing. And then for the last 5 to 10 minutes of the talk, he played the song. This was back in the 90s. Do you remember the song, I Believe I Can Fly? It was so overplayed on the radio. I hate the song to begin with. So he's like, all right, everybody get up. We're going to, reinforce our belief. Everybody get up, outstretch your arms. And he's playing the song. And he's like, weave back and forth. Believe you can fly. Believe you can fly. Sing along with the song. And I'm like watching all these professional, successful people, plus all the wannabes in the audience, like I was at the time, with their arms outstretched and swaying back and forth and singing along with the song. And I'm like, I'm sorry, this is garbage. This just looks ridiculous to me. And it was almost that cult-ish type of activity everyone was participating in. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking to myself, does everybody actually buy this, or is everybody just doing it because everyone else is doing it? Yeah. It's like, because I was just kind of standing there. I'm like, I'm not doing this arm swaying thing. This is spooky. So, things like that I've experienced, and it's usually at the larger events where it's almost like a Jim Jones experience, or Simon Says, just because the person on stage is saying something, everybody's like, yeah, that's the truth. And it's like, I don't know. Do you ever experience something like that?
Yes, I have. I'm, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm such a fan, I will say that some of the Amway events had a tinge of a borderline cultism. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because think about it. Bill Britt, this mythical figure, is on stage. And then you have Dexter Yeager, who rarely came out. And then, Ron Pereira, and then the Duncans, and I go on and on and on. But you get my point, is that you had this overwhelming star power. And if they just said, stick a hot poker up your nose right now, and the people would have done it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh man, they know what they're saying. They know what they're doing. If we do that, that's going to help us. Yeah, let's do it. And you'd be like, no, don't do that. So I'm exaggerating, of course, guys. But the point is that like Marie, I was in environments where you're just like, okay, I don't think this is a good scenario for any of us. I need to rethink what's going on here. And yes, I have been in those environments. It's humbling. It's kind of scary. And it's aggravating all at the same time, because here you are, you're with a company that you had a lot of faith in, a company that you thought, okay, you know what, these guys got their act together, and this is something I can be proud to be around. And all of a sudden they pull this crap, and you're just like, oh my gosh, right? Would you not agree?
Well, yeah, and I think the scariest part of it too is, especially, at the time when they're pressing you to, reach out to friends and family, get them engaged in the business or whatever, and you experience something like that that's just kind of, crunchy and makes you cringe a little bit, and you start thinking about, if I bring my friends and family to this, they're going to think I'm nuts.
Yes. Matter of fact, you walk away and say, am I really nuts? Hey, you talk to a good friend. Hey, honest opinion, am I nuts? Yeah, you're almost afraid to ask, because you're afraid of the answer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, guys, this is obviously going to be a short show, because, everybody gets what a cult is, right? And we're giving some real life examples of what we have gone through ourselves. And, this is kind of a humbling episode, because Miss Marie and I are looking back over our lives and realizing, oh my gosh, because we've had those moments where we question, oh my gosh, am I with a cold? Am I with a budding cold? And I mean budding, like it's growing into a cold, when you joined, it wasn't, but all of a sudden it's taken on this whole new facade. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things that I've seen more often than not, and it falls kind of into the cult mentality, it's more the cult of personality. And
Yes.
that's kind of glomming on to someone in your network marketing company, usually one of the high role successful people that are on stage a lot. And it almost becomes like a fan club to a certain extent, right? Like you're hanging on their every word. You think everything they say is the bee's knees and, absolutely what you should be following. And you find yourself trying to emulate them in ways that are not then authentic to yourself. You think in order to be successful, you have to do the exact same things they're doing. You want to dress the same way they're dressing. You want to speak the same way they're speaking. And for some people, that can get super discouraging because those people who are on stage a lot, they're usually very engaging, very gifted speakers. They have a charismatic personality. And whether they're born with that or more than likely have developed it over time, you can be sitting in the audience watching them and believing that's the way you need to be in order to be successful in this business. But you also realize it's like, you know what? I don't have those suave, good looks that they have. I don't dress as nicely as they do. I'm certainly not as comfortable talking to people. I don't have that type of charisma. And until I develop and do all these things, well, I won't be able to be successful in this business. And that's not the case at all, right? Everybody has their own personal characteristics and aspects that resonate with other people. There's that whole idea of, birds of a feather fly together because like attracts like, right? So there are certain people that person on stage with their charisma are going to attract. They're going to possibly attract a broader group of people. But like what I found over time, and it took me a long time to figure this out, is again, that left brain logical, I'm more down to earth. I want to cut through the crap. I want to get right to the point. And it's really what you see is what you get type of thing. I found I developed an affinity with people who were more like I was. So it was more appealing to them and it was easier for us to work together rather than me trying to pretend to be someone I'm not and attracting people that are actually nothing like me, but this like persona that I'm trying to put on that I think needs to be the successful person. Right. So I think people need to understand that while, yes, you want to do things like develop your speaking ability, because as you progress in your business and you become more of a leader, there's more opportunities to communicate on larger scales, right? When you talk about training and maybe motivating your team and speaking to larger groups of people, that definitely happens, and that's a skill that can develop over time. I don't think anyone's really born with that. I mean, there are some people that are just born talkers for sure, but not always to the extent that people want to listen to them and follow them. So there are skills that you can develop over time, but you want to be authentic to who you are. You don't want to be pretending or putting on an act or doing a performance, because that gets old after a while. And honestly, people kind of see through that. They can see that that's not the true you. You're not totally comfortable in your skin. And then it makes people hesitant to work with you. So you got to be careful. I think one of the big things in MLM that I've seen is kind of that cult of personality. I've got to follow the, Eric Worre's of the world, right? Yeah. The big names that are out there that, they've achieved a level of success and a level of influence, and they have a platform that they stand on and speak to people that most of us we may not even want to be in that role, right? We're
Right.
just looking to build a solid business, have the income, the time freedom that we're after, maybe level up our lifestyle. We don't
Mhm.
necessarily want to be the one on stage speaking to thousands of people at international events.
Right.
I don't think you have to be either in order to be successful in the business. So I don't know.
Well, and I think that what you brought up a moment there is in regards to trying to be like somebody else, dress like them. Says, so, I'm going to follow Eric Worre, and next thing you know, you're dressing like him, and next thing you know, you're trying to talk like him. I mean, it's just one thing after another in regards to the influence Eric Worre would have over you. Well, that is once again going down the path, a dangerous path of cultism. All right, and Miss Marie and I definitely don't want you to, not we're going to humble ourselves saying that, but we don't want you to do that with us, obviously. But we bring it up because we don't want you to do that with any company. Guys, when you run into a new company and you realize that it has a chance to do something very special and you're very excited about it and you start obsessing about it to where you're thinking about it 24/7 and you're not doing your job at work or at home, okay, and where you have people that depend on you, remember, you have a company that's paying you for productive hours. Your sole job when you go to work is to provide what they pay you. Okay. When you go home, your sole job is to provide the emotional, physical, and well-being support that your family not only expects, but deserves. So you have a situation where you have many obligations to different parts of society and different parts of your life. And you have to, guess what? Be able to maintain all of those in the proper balance without going overboard on something like a network marketing company. I mean, that's ridiculous to put yourself in that situation. Okay. And you, once again, you have people that depend on you to maintain your sanity and a level look on life and your role in it and your responsibilities in it. And what happens is when you get a cult type mentality, all that goes away. You lose sight of everything. You're focused on one thing, like a freaking laser beam. And you pretty much like, whatever you say, I will do. Well, that's scary. Would you not agree, Miss Marie?
Absolutely. Yeah, for
So
sure.
you don't want to be in a position to where with a network marketing company or whether you're following a certain leader, guys, I can't speak for Marie. Once again, I don't like throwing names around, but I have to in certain situations. I've been fortunate to be around a lot of the legendary figures in network marketing. It would be easy to be in total worship mode or adulation mode in regards to these people because of their accomplishments, the way they dress, the way they handle themselves, the things they drove, the house they had, the lifestyle they had. Every part of their life was what, quote unquote, everybody wants from this business model. Okay, that doesn't make them successful, doesn't make them better than me. But what it does do is represent a lifestyle that I would like to have because I want that stress-free lifestyle where I have the ability to take care of any problem that comes up because I have the money and the freedom to do it. That is the lifestyle that I was pursuing in this business model. The cars were nice, the homes were nice, the trips, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is that it would have been very easy, Miss Marie, to totally worship Bill Brett, Ron Pereira, Randy Gage. I'm leaving so many people out, but you get my point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one phase of hero worship or cultism. And I think hero worship, Miss Marie, can turn into cult mentality very easily. And that's a reason why I bring up the individuals and not just the company and the business model. Look, you can develop cultism when you go to live events and the people up on stage, if they're such great speakers that they can touch you in an emotional way and get you to do things that you normally, and you catch yourself thinking, why am I doing this to yourself? And guess what? You are in a dangerous area. Look, understand the network marketing business model is nothing but a tool. As we say all the time, and I say this as we come to a close on this, because it's essential that you understand the difference and separation in the role. Miss Marie and I are entrepreneurs. We don't care if we're mopping floors. If it develops the lifestyle, the money that we want, that's what we'll do. Okay. Because we're entrepreneurs. We say, well, how can I make those floors better? How can I beat up my competition? How can I offer this in a cheaper way? How can I? Okay. To the point where I have a business that develops the income that gives me the lifestyle I want through mopping. Okay. Network marketing is just a tool for her now. Instead of it being mopping, we're saying, you know what, this network marketing business model is pretty cool. It has leverage. It allows me to build a team of people like myself. It allows me to use first-class products. It allows me to build across the world. It allows me. I mean, there's a lot of positives, right? We're going to talk about positives tomorrow of network marketing, Ms. Marie. Did you know that? How did you like that? How I led right into that.
That's brilliant.
That was, I got to admit, that was pretty good. So the thing is that do you have a situation where Miss Marie and I say, you know what, of all the business models out there, this one here has got a lot going for it. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm always about making money. You know what? I take my money that I make in network marketing, I invest it in stocks, bonds, gold, Bitcoin, real estate, whatever it is that you do. Okay. Why do you do that? Because you're an entrepreneur and you're smart and you're setting up your future and your lifestyle. But the entrepreneurs are all about opportunities, right, Miss Marie? Entrepreneurs, guys, doesn't mean that we're all about money. It means that entrepreneur means I'm a business person. I'm looking for the next opportunity. I don't care what business model it is outside of prostitution, drugs, and all those illegal things. I'm looking for a way to make legitimate money, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. Whether it's, my own invention, whether it's investing in something, whatever the case may be, or buying existing businesses. I'm all about, and if you're smart, you'll do a combination of all those. So here's the thing. We look at the network marketing business model and we say, hey, that's a tool. I'm going to use that tool. And you know what? I know how to make this business model go. I had the knowledge. I had the experience. I know who to look for. I know how to put together a team. It's all about duplicating myself. In other words, having a lot of Robs out there doing the same thing. And then I just got to play the numbers, right, Miss Marie? That's what we're doing.
Exactly. Yep.
Guys, you just have to realize if she works at Walmart, and I'm going to hurry, if she works at Walmart and she's a store manager, what's her job? Her job is to interview people, to find the most qualified people, and develop the most awesome team that's efficient and effective and gets things done quickly and efficiently, and not only being accurate but saving money at the same time, right, Miss Marie? Because Miss Marie's goal as a manager of that store is to utilize all of her tools at her disposal to build the best team in the best store that she can. Okay, that's what her job is. So what does she do? She assembles a team. She interviews people, and she says, you know what, that person's a lot like me. They're focused. They have a great attitude. They have a great work history. They have a history of coming to work on time and being productive and getting things done in a relatively quick manner and do it so in the correct manner. You know what? I think I'll hire this person because they're a lot like me. They have a lot of the same traits. And so she builds this awesome team. And network marketing, what do you think you're doing? Same thing. You're assembling a team of team players. And what are you doing? You're looking for people like yourself. And what are you doing? You're interviewing them. How are you interviewing them? You're using the interview questions when you first meet them, along with the music to the ears message, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. And what does the music to the ears message do? Either attracts them or pushes them away. What are the interview questions for? To find out what kind of person that you're dealing with, what kind of traits they have. Why? Because you're looking for somebody that's like you. So you're assembling a team in Walmart to make it the most proficient, effective thing so you can have a profit center there that is unequaled in the Walmart inventory. And what are you doing here? Developing a team that's proficient and effective and efficient so that it's more productive than any other organization in this network marketing company. There is no difference in what you're doing. Would you agree, Ms. Marie? Pretty
similar. Yep.
That's what you're doing. You're assembling a team of yous. And because in the network marketing business model, which has a hand over foot over the Walmart business model, I can duplicate myself. I can leverage myself all across the world. So when I'm sleeping, other people are working. Okay. You can easily take that environment and develop a cult mentality. Okay. Because of the fact of the success people are having and they're worshiping the ground that Rob walks on, and every word that Rob speaks, and all they think about is Rob, 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 Rob. Or they think about company, 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 company. Or they think about the network marketing business model, business model, business model. They obsess with it to the point that it becomes a cult mentality, and they skew all the other responsibilities in their life. And is that not a great summarization as we close?
It absolutely is. I'm just going to go off on a little tangent here with an observation. For those of you who are on the podcast and not seeing us on video, oddly enough, Rob and I managed to wear almost the same colored shirt today.
For the third day in a row.
We have a variation of orange. Rob's is a little bit more muted. Mine is very much the construction barrel orange color. And I'm sitting here as we're talking about this, and I'm like, I wonder if we didn't actually subconsciously put on these colors today because we are talking about something that requires some caution while you're in the network marketing industry, right? To recognize that cult of personality or those cultish tendencies, and to, slow down and think about what you're doing and make sure you're not falling into those traps and not being yourself and trying to be someone that you're not, trying to build your business in a way that's ultimately going to crumble because it doesn't resonate with the authentic you. So I just wanted to point that out. That was an interesting thought that occurred to me.
Well, that's a great insight. And for all of you, this is the third day in a row that her and I, without any discussion whatsoever, have worn similar color clothing. I told her, I said, we got to go and buy lottery tickets. I mean, what's the chances of that? We've done it occasionally. We've done it like twice in 1 week or maybe 3 times in 1 week, but never 3 days in a row.
Yeah, we're on a run this week. So join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern
we have no idea
on our YouTube channel. See if we're wearing the same color again.
Because we don't talk between shows, guys. I'm telling you, we don't. We say it all the time. It's true. All right, Miss Marie, did we summarize that good enough?
I think we did, yeah.
Okay.
I think folks get it. And of course they don't, as always, when you're out finding us on the various social media platforms using hashtag the MLM solution, feel free to like, comment, share. Mm-hmm. And in that comment, if something wasn't clear, drop us a question. We'll definitely get back to you and respond to it. Yeah. So feel free to do that on any of our social media platforms. And then, of course, our YouTube channel, go out there, subscribe, click that little bell twice to register so you get notified when we have new episodes out or upload other new content. And as always, please give us a thumbs up. If you like what you hear, you understand the points we're making, that feedback helps us as we develop these podcast shows for you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that, Miss Marie. Well, guys, tomorrow, as we said, tomorrow the network marketing discussion is going to be, guess what? Sunny side up, positive side of network marketing, which piggybacks off of the last 3 episodes that we've done this week. With that being said, Miss Marie, thank you so much for your time. Guys, everybody be careful. I have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you tomorrow on our YouTube channel or Facebook page at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless. Take care. We'll see you later.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. Download our podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast platforms. Visit our website at www.themlmsolution.net for additional important information, show details, and past shows. Follow us on Parler, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, or the get notified button while visiting our other social media platforms.